Hi there, welcome to the week 4 module in argumentation. So this week we are focusing on how you create well-structured, well-supported arguments. We're going to investigate the Toulmin model, and then we're also going to examine logical fallacies to make sure you aren't making these reasoning mistakes in your arguments. I'm really glad that we are going to explore this module this week because I was reading through the week 2 module survey, and one of the things that many of you mentioned wanting to learn in this class, a skill you wanted to improve on, was developing and supporting your arguments. And that's exactly what this week is all about. So that's awesome. And we've got a shared writing activity and then a discussion board that is going to help you work through that process as well. So that's what's coming up in the class. This is Wednesday of the end of the week 3 module. And so the week 3 module hasn't closed yet, but I have been kind of skimming through some of the conversation journal submissions, and they are really fun to read. And I'm really excited about how you embraced this assignment. I mean, some of you got together in big groups for face-to-face meetings, and I really appreciate the time and the attention that you've put in to getting better at having conversations with people, especially about topics that you may agree or disagree about. So thank you for that. One thing I did notice in a lot of the early submissions is the question that asks about how you and your partner get your knowledge of current events and whether the way you get that or the place you get that is similar to or different from your partner. I believe it's what sources do you use. One of the common answers that I've gotten to that question is social media. So a lot of the responses say my partner and I both get our knowledge of current events from social media. And I just want to clarify that social media is a medium of communication, but it is not a source in and of itself. So it's like TV or radio in the sense that a source creates a message to put on TV and it is sent out through TV to you, the watcher, the listener, or what have you. And so the same thing happens on social media. Your social media platform is not itself the source of the information. And I know that might not seem very important, but let me kind of try and explain it a little bit in a little more detail. Let me offer you an example. So we will take the medium TV, right? So if me and my partner both watch TV to get our knowledge of current events, well, it really makes a difference what channels we're watching, right? So if my partner loves watching Fox News and I watch MSNBC, we're going to have a very different understanding of what is going on currently in the world because each of these stations has a very different perspective, and that comes through in their broadcasting and in their reporting. So same thing goes with social media. But it's actually a little more challenging with social media because you and I could be using the exact same platform, or we'll go back to the analogy, me and my partner can be using the same platform. Let's say we both get our news on Facebook or Twitter or what have you. But the way that social media, these platforms work is they are personalized to the user. So if you're getting all your news on Facebook and I'm getting all my news on Facebook, it's pretty unlikely that we're getting the exact same news. And so this is something that we found out with the 2016 election. There was this really cool analysis. I can't remember who did it, but I'm going to find it and I'm going to put a link to it under this video. There's this really cool analysis that looked at people who on their Facebook profile had identified themselves as either liberal or conservative. And then it showed what their news feed in Facebook showed for particular news. And then you could see how their perspective was crafted, their worldview and their sense of reality was crafted based on the news that Facebook decided that they should see versus the news that Facebook kept from them. Yeah, so it's really important to understand that social media is not a source of information, it is a medium, and you still need to figure out who is the author or the journalist or the company who is putting out this message. What is their goal? What are their biases? And so to be a really critical consumer of media. And that's something we're going to explore in more detail in the class. So let's see, what else do I have on my topic for discussion? Oh, so if you wrote if you and your partner talked about social media as being the way you get your current events, one thing you might want to do is review the reading text rhetorically section in chapter 2, and that's going to let you know more authors, authorial purpose, and get an idea of what a source might look like. So hopefully that'll clarify, and then again, we'll delve into that a little bit more in future modules. Okay. All right, so we are moving on to week 4. I hope you enjoy the information in week 4. I had a lot of fun putting it together, and so as always, if you have questions, send me an email or come to my office hours. Have a great week.